All right, so let me begin. Once again, a very good afternoon to each one of you all. Welcome to your induction training program. Happy to see that most of you all have joined on time and appreciate the discipline. I hope this discipline continues for the next 11 days of the training program as well. I still find a couple of around 20 odd candidates yet to join in, so I'm sure they will be joining us shortly. To give you an introduction, I'm Vidya Menon and I am the facilitator for this part of your training program. We'll be in touch with you throughout the 11-day journey that you have. We are going to have a very interactive training session, and that's what I expect participants to be engaged. We have had the orientation session, so we know what is the protocol that needs to be followed, because this journey is very, very important for you to be nominated and called for the physical training programs that are going to get lined up. So let me start. What is the agenda for the day? While all the session plan has been, shared over email to each one of you all, let me just quickly tell you what is the agenda or what is it that we plan to cover today. We plan to cover the PBRM rule clarity, and we will be looking at our KRA and scorecards today as a part of the session. The rule clarity. Anyone who can tell me why role clarity is important? I would appreciate if you can show a raise of hands, and maybe we can have a discussion. It's better to have an interactive session. So role clarity, what do you understand by role clarity? Why is it important? Anyone? No hands? Yes, go ahead, Mubarak.
Yeah, roles is basically to understand what is a responsibility or what we can contribute to the organization in making the best for it. To
Okay.
understand complete responsibility of the organization completely towards customer perspective or the banking perspective.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Thank you. Let's hear it from Sham as well. Sham also has raised his hand.
Ma'am, actually, the role clarity is there.
Hmm.
There is how to do the work, how to
Hmm.
how to do the how to मतलब कैसे मैं इस रोल को संभालूं मतलब
Okay.
इसका मेन थिंग ये
So,
है मैं कैसे इस
hmm.
रोल को संभालूंगा और क्या करना होगा और मेरा इसके अंदर क्या क्या चीज है जस्ट लाइक केयर या तो
Correct.
भी इंसेंटिव सारा चीज ही है
All right. So basically, an understanding of what your profile is all about, what is the organization expecting from each one of you all. And once we have the expectations clearly defined, we will be able to perform better. There is clarity in our thoughts. We have the roadmap ahead in front of us, very clear as to what are the objectives that we need to do, what are the benchmarks that are expected from each one of us, and we can perform better. Now, as a relationship manager, it becomes very, very critical for us to have this clarity right at the onset, right? Let us have a clear direction as where is it that we need to work? What is it that we need to work towards? What are the benchmarks that we need to achieve? And how is it that we can proceed in the role? So that is what we are trying to show in the role clarity piece. Today, when we talk about a relationship manager role, it has changed over time. Banking itself has transformed greatly. Today, when we talk about the priority banking segment, we need to understand which is this segment and what is it catering to. Today, priority banking has been acknowledged. In fact, Axis Bank has been acknowledged as one of the pioneers to start a program like the priority banking programs in the industry. It was one of the industry first. And when we talk about a segment, what is the segment of customers that we are catering to? A quick question. Priority banking caters to what kind of segments, customer segment? Yes, Garima,
Uh,
go ahead. Garima, if you can unmute and speak. I would want a raise of hands because it's easier to identify who's speaking and who wants to participate. No response from
The
Garima.
clients
Yeah.
who are maintaining 2 lakh and above balances in their account, and they are the HNI customers of a bank.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So premium customers, HNI customers, high net worth customers is what Devendra writes in chat. So we are targeting the affluent customer, and this affluent customer also has undergone a change over the years, right? From what earlier banking was to what today banking is, there's a sea change. There's a world of difference. Earlier banking was more transactional. Today it is more relationship oriented. Today, when you look at your banks, there are a lot of competition banks doing very, very well, and today your customer, Your customer is the target customer for the priority banking segment is your affluent customer. And who are these affluent customers? In fact, if you were to look at statistics and data, in the last 10 years, the affluent segment base has practically doubled. We are talking about a customer who has multiple banking relationships with competition banks. He's holding a premium relationship with not only Axis, but also with other competition banks. His account is demanded for. He is a person who is, chased by competitors to ensure that their accounts, his accounts are managed by them. So that is the kind of scenario that we have in India today. And today, when we have a priority banking segment, which is exclusively catering to the needs of the mass affluent customer segment, that is something that we would want to understand very, very well. So today, when we talk about Axis Bank and the priority banking program, we have been handpicked for this role. All of you all privileged to be a part of this priority banking segment. It is the backbone of Axis Bank. It caters to the maximum number. In fact, if you look at the relationship manager channel, priority banking has the maximum number of relationship managers. And that is the reason why we are talking about the importance of the priority banking channel. So today, the branding is important. The bank, the expectations very, very clear. And as a relationship manager, there are clear expectations that the bank expects from each one of you all. And that is in terms of how is it that you connect with the customer? How is it that you cross-sell products to the customer? How does the customer engage with the bank and the relationship manager? So in that aspect, relationship managers become the key initiators of business. Today, it is all about relationship banking. All of us have multiple bank accounts, but there would be one bank that we hold close to our hearts and we do our maximum transactions from. Axis Bank wants to become that particular bank for its customers. We want to have the primary wallet share of the customer. So yes, you will have customers whose accounts are spread across competition banks. You will have customers whose accounts, investments, deposits are scattered across banks. But as long as we can achieve the agenda of becoming the primary account or primary bank for the customer, that is what I think it is objective achieved. In fact, you will be privileged, once you come on to the physical sessions, you will get to meet your leaders and you will be able to hear your leaders speak. And one of the sentiment that comes across in the leadership talks is we would want to hold at least a minimum of 70% customer wallet share with us. So as long as the customer's mind share is with Axis Bank, it's Axis Bank's products and services, and there is a strong connect with the relationship manager who handles the customer portfolio, I think we would be in the right space. So relationship managers basically responsible for increasing the market share. They are responsible for enhancing the bank's profitability, build long-term relationships, right? Today, when we talk about increasing the market share, we are focused on bringing on board more and more customers into the Axis Bank family. We would want to make sure that these are customers who avail our products, who stay connected with the bank long term. We are not looking at one-time sales, right? A lot of times we feel that, I just need to get this business, one-time business, and maybe then I won't look back. But that is not the sentiment here. When we start a relationship with a customer, it is a long-standing, a lifelong relationship. That is what we hope to attain. There would be changes, there would be ups and downs, and I'm sure all of us understand the dynamics of the relationship manager profile. It is completely challenging, a lot of ups and downs, but we should be in a position to take it in our stride. We should be in a position to handle this profile well. And that is the expectation from each one of you all. Understand what the role demands, understand what are the tools that are available, what is the skill set that is required to be an efficient and a capable relationship manager, right? So that is what we would want to talk about here. Let me just take a pause and see if we have our friend in session. Pawan, are we around? Not yet.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Yes,
Vidya.
yes. Hi, good afternoon, Pawan.
Yeah,
So, all right. So, let me just give a small, brief introduction about Pawan. We are very privileged to have Pawan in our midst today. He's a platinum RM, has been with Axis Bank for some time now. And we requested him to spare some time from his busy mass schedule and speak to each one of y'all. So since we are talking about relationship managers, let me introduce you to the Platinum RM, Pawan, and he will take us through what has been his journey and how has his experience been with Axis Bank so far. So over to you, Pawan.
Yeah, good afternoon, Vidya. Thank you. Thanks for sharing about me.
Yeah.
Welcome to Axis Bank on. It was a one of the. I was with this bank for last 4 years. It's the fourth year I was completed 4 years in this bank, and it is a one of. I worked for several banks also period to this, and this was a. Am I audible with you?
Yes, you are. Please continue.
Yeah. It is one of the best platform or best. Uh, I can say it's the best platform for anybody. Relationship management is one of the key for bank and customers also. So here in this bank, I can tell one beauty for RM. If you work normally and systematically, will get incentive everybody. So that's what I am telling you. This 4 years, I never missed my incentive, and I never missed my KRA. So I can tell with joy I have did work. I never took any pressure in Axis Bank. So if you work with love and affection, the things will happen. You all chosen a very good bank and good role. So nothing is there in much here relationship management. We'll have 200 to 350 customers. We need to handle them. So we would be the one point contact to the everybody 350 members. First of all, what we should do is 350 or whatever n number of customers are there in our book, all numbers should be stored in our phone. And whenever they want to call access, it should be whenever they want to do any banking, they should call for first of us only. Okay. So same way they also save our number. Then only we will become a good RM. Means we need to visit personally. We need to interact regularly. Every pitch should be a interactive pitch. Pitch means interaction should be in whenever if you visit the customer, never ask the business. Business will always buy product. Okay. Business will automatically flow to us. Contact the customers. That's
Not
Could you
muted.
please put yourself on mute?
From there.
Pawan, just hang on 1 second. I'll just mute everyone and then you just unmute yourself.
yeah. Thank you, Abhishek sir.
Yeah, you go ahead and unmute yourself, Pawan.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek sir. Yeah, I have unmuted. Okay. As I said, it's a KRA is also very easy KRA. So when you go to check with any other bank, KRA is not that much of easy in other banks because I worked in other bank also. So in getting incentive in other bank is very tough task. You see here, if you give a target of 100, if you did 70 also, bank will you give you something. If you missed 1 quarter incentive, the bank will give you a next quarter chance in the form of win back. So in the going sessions, you will may know get full clarity on the incentives and um, KRAs. So I'm what I'm trying to tell you is it's a one of the best platform. So to work, that's it. So any other things if you want, just let me know. I'll if possible I'll resolve it. If I know, I'll help you.
So, friends, we have a few minutes for Pawan's time. Is there anybody who would want to ask Pawan something? We have him with us for a few minutes. So, if there are any questions that need to be directed at Pawan, please raise your hands and maybe we can take those questions. Madhur, I see a hand raised. Do you have a question for Pawan?
No, ma'am, not for now. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Saddam has raised his hand. Mohammed Saddam,
Yes,
go ahead.
ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
I have a query regarding what is the minimum criteria of NOA and IPG and OCS.
All right. So,
Yeah,
So,
Sudham, just to interrupt here, we are having a session on KRAs post the interaction with Pawan. So let's park your question till that time. Maybe you can speak about the journey, or maybe if there's something that you would want to know in terms of tips or insights that Pawan has in terms of the structure of your KRAs and what are the weightages and all that. We will be covering that in detail.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pawan, Abhishek here. See, one of the
Abhishek,
key areas I would want you to talk about is in terms of uh, the consistency in which you have always managed to attain your incentives, right?
yes, sir.
What drives that consistency? What are the things that you are putting in place on a daily basis in terms of
Uh,
activities, in terms of rigor in your, approach that is giving you
yes, sir.
results? So what are you doing is what
Uh,
I think the RMs here would like to know.
Nothing, sir. Just one thing we have to do is, so whatever the customers we are having, families we having, so make them our bank is a primary bank to them. Automatically, our things will be taken care. Whenever family bankings or whatever we have to do, with they should feel that access is my bank. Then it automatically taken care. And yeah, I'm telling you, in my case, every customer, if you see my book, it was almost out of 300 customers, 220 customers are positive. That means, so I am interacting. I'm not telling you about I'm great. So I'm one among more people are there in my circle and my zone. So what we do is we regularly in touch with the customer. Don't waste time here and there. Contact the customer in presence, so then automatically results will come. Sales is a always byproduct. My circlet always to tell us that sales is a byproduct. We have to meet the customer, fulfill the needs of the customer. Nothing what they have customer will have. Customer may have want whatever customer wants, it gives to us. PPC, we call it as a PPC. Customer want NPS account, as it is a tax savings time. So customer want NPS, so we go and pitch NPS, that automatically increase our PPC. And what, however, he will keep the balances in our bank only. Automatically my KRI will also increase. That is the thing. So interact the customers and discuss more about products. Don't sell, discuss. That's a one thing I can tell you, sir.
Okay, good, good. Thanks on that.
Thank you, sir.
Now that so they get a flavor of in terms of how you are, interacting with your customers. Another key element that I would want you to touch upon in terms of your performance is how are you interacting with your superiors, your bosses, your cluster heads?
Yeah. Actually, in our care, in our routine duty, we have to meet 12 customers. So out of 12 customers, we call an app called Siddhi. So there we have to maintain all records in Siddhi. It's uh, our day-to-day activities we have to do in Siddhi only. So every day I used to sit with my BM almost a hour. We had a detailed discussion about whatever we have do. I does in the previous day or the same day. He do review. We should clear have idea whenever we are going to our boss. We should have a clear idea what is customer, what is he does, what's the family accounts are there, whether where they are banking. And same way, weekly once my clustered will also review the same. So it was happened. I was I have good terms with the branched and clustered also, means in terms with uh, regarding this with the reviews and KRA discussions will happen every week. Yes,
Okay. With respect to managing his expectations, like, this may be, from a, they would always be login days that are there in the branch. There will be pressure on delivering numbers,
100%.
right?
We should
So,
enjoy the pressure. That's it, sir. I can tell. So pressure is nothing. If we does the business, pressure will not come to us. Simple ask, Access Bank will ask compared to other banks. It is a very minimal number I can say. So if you planned month in a good way, it is a just cakewalk. Four accounts, just four accounts is not a matter. So if you go and meet one family, your accounts will over there itself only. And coming to insurance, so I, whatever I suggest previously, never sell a product, pitch a product, discuss about the needs. Automatically, you may not get 10 lakhs case, 1 lakh cases, 10 will happen. Number of clients we have to visit personally for that matter. So if we have a good connect with the customers, everything will happen automatically.
very good. I think you brought out a very important point, Pawan, is
Sir,
to try and see how you can do more granular. I love the thought of instead of focusing on a 10 lakh insurance, focus on 1 lakh insurance from 10 different customers.
yes sir.
Very, very powerful. Thanks, thanks. That's a great insight.
Yes, sir.
What are the next aspirations, Pawan? You've been doing from an RM perspective, you've done so well over the last 4 years, and you've been one
Yes
of
sir.
the awardees of Platinum RM as well.
Yes sir.
What is the next roadmap that you are looking at?
So I wanted to, from priority to, I want to go to Burgundy next. From there I want to, and as it's a, because we are in the incentive role, we are young, so we have to earn money. So that's a, one of the thing whenever bank is giving, so we have to earn each and every penny of the, because we are doing hard work, we are getting, that's it. So if possible I will move to Burgundy sir, so then I'll think about to go to the leadership role after that sir.
Okay, excellent, excellent, Pawan.
Yeah.
So thank you. I don't want to hold you longer. I know you have another session which you are going to
Yes sir.
be in. So thank you for taking your time out
Thank you
and
so much sir.
spending this evening with us. I wish
Thank
you
you
all
so
the
much.
very best and
Yeah,
look
I
forward to interacting
all the
with you
best
again.
for everyone. So once again, welcome to Axis Bank. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Pawan, for spending that few minutes with us.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
hello. Yeah, ma'am.
yes, someone is
Pawan,
speaking. Go
Pawan
ahead.
belongs to Pawan belongs to which circle? Like which branch he is located at?
I'm from South to Hyderabad Circle, Sanjeev Reddy Nagar branch. Sanjeev Reddy Nagar.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. So moving on, we saw how important the role of a relationship manager is in driving the business of the bank, making sure that customers are connected, stay engaged with us. We have the opportunity to cross-sell, ring fence them so that they have a continued and long-term relationship with the bank. Let's also look at the laddering. This is the savings account laddering that we have. We have different products, different kinds of savings account for all kinds of customer profiles, starting with Easy, Prime, Prestige, the Priority account, Burgundy, and then you also have the Burgundy Private. The benefit of a relationship manager, the availability of a relationship manager starts with the priority banking segment. So it's only with the priority banking segment that customers enjoy the dedicated services of a relationship manager, someone who's there to assist them, help them at every step of their way, handle their banking requirements, help them with their investment and financial needs. So your services come at a premium for the customers, and that is something that you need to realize. Today, a customer needs to have a balance, maintain a balance of 2 lakh with the bank to avail of your services. So that's what we would want you to remember and reiterate, that you are in a privileged position. You are speaking to a very, very niche segment of customers, the mass affluent category of customers who's growing, whose segment is rising year on year. And in terms of opportunities, the opportunities are immense, limitless opportunities for each one of you all. When we talk about who is the customer that we are dealing with, This is a customer who is well established in life, has a particular stature in society. This is a customer who is educated, who is possibly well traveled. You will come across customers like doctors, CAs, chartered accountants, architects, lawyers in your interactions. So most of you all by now would also have bought your map book, and we will be having those discussions in the days to come. You would be having a fair idea what are the kind of customers that you are interacting with. So these are customers who are well placed, and like I said, already banking with competition banks, holding similar profiles, premium accounts with competition banks. And it becomes a challenge for us. How is it that we onboard these customers onto Axis Bank? How is it that we can offer them products and services that would lead them to consider Axis Bank as their primary bank accounts? And for that, we have a wonderful proposition like the priority proposition, and a lot of benefits and offerings under the priority program are extended to our priority customer, some of which have been highlighted, be it the complimentary Epicure membership, or for that matter, complimentary Club Vistara Forex card, or the customer the opportunity to have preferential pricing on their borrowings, or for that matter, when they are doing their remittances. So all these things come at a premium for our customers, and that is what we want to showcase to the customer. When we look into the priority banking proposition in detail, you will get to see what are the various elements of the priority proposition for our customer, and how is it that we can add value to the customer's life. Today, when we talk about interacting with premium customers, there are clear expectations from each relationship manager. And that is what we would want to put it in a nutshell in front of you. What is the defined role of a relationship manager? What is the expectation that we have from each one of you all? Now, let's tap that into four simple groups. The first being acquisition. Like I said, all of you all seasoned in your work, all of you all handpicked for this profile. We would want you to add on those quality accounts to the priority banking vertical. We would want you to acquire customers who fit the segment, right? So we would want to have those qualitative accounts. The more fresh blood that comes into the bank, the more new business that comes into us, into our portfolios, we have immense opportunities for cross-sell. We have immense opportunities to meet our KRAs, make fantastic incentives, as Pawan was talking about. So customer engagement becomes the key, acquisition becomes the key. We would also want to nurture and take care of the relationships that have been given to us. So your ETB book, your NTB book, we would want each one of you all to focus. There are a lot of benefits when you do business from within your book, and you will be seeing that when you understand your KRAs, when you understand your incentives. We would want you to get engaged with each of your customers, meet with them regularly, understand their needs, because we believe in pitching our customers need-based solutions, right? So that is the agenda here. We would want also to deepen the relationships. We would want to make sure that it's not just the customer who banks with us, but we are able to extend the Axis Bank relationship to his family members, friends, relatives. And for that purpose, we also are constantly looking out for leads and references. Today, let me tell you from the experience that I've had with interacting with relationship managers, priority relationship managers like y'all, the reference model works extremely well when it comes to sourcing accounts, when it comes to onboarding new relationships. And that is what we would want you to do. Try and connect with the customer, reach out, mobilize deposits, talk about family banking accounts, onboard them. And the bank makes it very easier for you. When you go through the KRAs, you will find out how easy it is to onboard customers through the reference model, how easy it is to close and source accounts. So that is something that you would want to identify and do. You would also want to make sure that when we talk about long-standing relationships, customers being connected with the bank, it is a two-way process. So while we want them to do the same with us, there are expectations that we in turn have to deliver. And that is what we would want you to understand. It's not just business, but it also, there's a huge element of service that goes hand in a relationship manager profile. We would want to be equipped in giving fast, quick, efficient services to all our customers. And today it is a service that is a game changer. A lot of times we have seen customers moving relationships to competition banks purely because of the bad experience or poor service that they might have received, and that is something that we need to be aware of. So let's take care of our customers. Let's not treat them as accounts. Let's then treat them as valuable relationships that we have to nurture. And as long as the relationship is nurtured, taken care of, believe me, like Pawan said, sales is a byproduct. It would come your way. So that we say is the core relationship manager's duties or responsibilities: acquisition, enhancing the book, deepening the relationship, and retention. It's very easy to lose clients, but if I have to onboard a client that I have lost, or for that matter, replace or replenish the amount that I would have lost, all of us as salespeople would know how difficult it is. So let's take care of the book that has been given to us, and let's also bring in fresh customers so that we have opportunities to meet our KRAs and meet our incentives as well. All right. I would also want to take this opportunity to give you an idea of how the priority banking vertical is set up. So depending upon the location, wherever you're positioned, it could be a small branch, it could be a big branch, it could be having a single relationship manager as a priority RM, or it could be multiple. So this is the structure that we have. So a priority relationship manager reports into a BRH, which is the branch relationship head in bigger branches. Otherwise, in smaller branches, it would be that a priority relationship manager directly reports into the branch head, who in turn reports into the cluster head, circle head, and regional branch banking head. So that is an idea of how the vertical has been designed. And each of you, depending upon your location, would be in turn reporting in to either directly to a branch manager or to a senior PBRM in case of a senior PBRM there, or maybe a BRH as the case may be. We also would want to highlight that as a bank, we would want you to appreciate that you also become a part of the priority family, and you also get to enjoy the benefits of priority banking. So that's why your accounts are priority accounts, and you get designated priority staff accounts on joining. So each one of you can understand and enjoy the flavor of what your customer experiences. One of the best brand ambassadors that we can be is when I experience what priority banking is all about, it becomes that much more easier to convince my customer. And that's what Axis Bank believes in. So today, when you say that you are an employee and you are employed in this vertical, you also get to enjoy what your priority customers enjoy. So that is what we highlight here, that your accounts are designated as priority staff accounts and you become the brand ambassadors of the bank. All right. Any questions as of now? Let me take a pause here and check. I see a hand raised by Rohan. I see a hand raised by Aniket. So let me quickly take those questions as well. Yes, Rohan.
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, actually, while opening the account of staff account, we did not get a priority account. I got a basic some prime account.
So those upgrades happen cyclically, as in when there's an upgrade for all the accounts, that is the time when your accounts would get designated as a priority account. So don't worry, your accounts would get converted to priority staff accounts in time. So as
So
and when
so
yeah.
so does it get automatically converted, or
Yes,
is there
it
any
would be.
criteria?
It would be. Don't worry, it would be.
Okay,
Yes. Aniket.
thank you, ma'am.
Aniket?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Same question regarding staff account.
Okay. All right. I hope it's answered.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Yes.
thank you, ma'am.
Saddam, Mohammed Saddam, I see your hand raised. Go ahead. Let's have your question.
Same question, but my debit card is payable or money fee. Can you please explain?
The debit card, sorry.
The debit card is annual charges is waiver or free?
There are no charges on the priority debit card. All you need to do is upgrade your debit card through internet banking as it shows in the slide. Otherwise, priority debit cards don't have any charges.
Yeah, from my account debited from 590 rupees.
Okay. So maybe you can speak to your supervisor and have that corrected. But otherwise, priority debit cards are free of any kind of annual charges.
Thank you.
Even says just like a being
Yes,
a practice
Isha.
relationship manager. No, mother this side.
Madhu, you'll have
I
to
have the
wait.
same
Let me
question.
just follow the queue in which the questions have been raised. So let us not jump queue. Isha, I hope your question is answered. If the question was the same.
Yeah, ma'am, that was the same.
All
And
right. So those
I
who
wish
have
to,
had, yeah, just a moment. If your question has been answered, I would also appreciate if you can lower your hands. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to answer, figure out whose question still remains to be answered. Yes. Where was I? Hiral. Hiral wants to have a question.
Ma'am, same question.
All right, Nitin. I don't see any. If you're speaking, I can't hear you, Nitin. Let me move to Shipra and Madhur.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Shipra. Go ahead.
मैम ट्रस्ट की अकाउंट जब हमारा ओपन हुआ था उस समय तो हमारा लिबर्टी अकाउंट जो हमारा बैंक है वो ओपन हुआ था उसमें हमारे डेबिट कार्ड चार्ज भी लग गया था उस अकाउंट में.
Okay, like I said for the earlier candidate, let's have a discussion with your supervisor. I'm sure it's not so difficult. The accounts would be designated as priority accounts in the days to come.
But for the priority account for the salary it is capping for the 1 lakh of salary below also we can ma'am.
That is for your customers. This customer accounts would need to have a salary credit of 1 lakh and above. But RMs who are working in the priority role would by default get a priority account as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Madhur.
So, ma'am, hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
So, ma'am, my question is also like the same kind of question. So, I have been also charged with that amount, like a debit card fee. I don't think, ma'am, as of now, my account is in our banks.
So like I said, let the cycle happen and your accounts get converted to priority accounts and then we can take it forward. It's not too big of a problem. Don't worry on that front. So like I said, people keep joining during the year and it becomes very difficult to immediately upgrade the account. So once the account gets upgraded, automatically you will enjoy the benefits of priority banking as well.
Hello.
I think most of you all our questions are similar and I seem to be repeating the same thing that I've been saying. Yes.
Hello.
Mohammed
Yes. Ma'am,
Usmani,
can we
are you
take?
speaking? Yeah.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Can we take
Yeah.
UPI payment in salary account or can deposit cash in salary account?
Sorry, I did not follow your question. Are you talking about your
Yeah.
staff account being used for salary for
Yes.
cash deposits?
For cash deposit and to receive the UPI payment.
Again, like I said, that is something that maybe you can check with someone in the operations team because generally any kind of credits into the staff account are generally not encouraged. So maybe you will have to check with it. What is the entire operational process for receiving these kind of credits? I would suggest, friends, let's stick to what is the context that is being discussed, the operational issues like what is allowed, what is not allowed. Maybe you can check up. You're all in branches, working in teams. I don't think it would be too difficult to figure that out. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on, let's also look at the career path. I'm sure each one of us, when we take on the role, a new role for us, and currently this is a new role for a new profile for each one of us. All of us will have goals and aspirations, and I'm sure each one of us has dreams to fulfill. And this is what we would want to talk about. Pawan did mention, and I would want to reiterate, he is a platinum RM. And platinum RMs are RMs who have a fast track growth, a career growth trajectory in Axis Bank. And that is what we would want for you to remember. Today, Axis Bank is a very fair employer. It is an organization that will give you immense opportunities to grow. And if you've been in the system for even a few a couple of days or maybe a month or so, you will see around you there's a lot of vintage stuff, and people stick around in Axis Bank. The churn in terms of employee turnover is much lesser as you would find against competition bank, and the reason being it is an organization that gives you a chance to grow. It is an organization which is giving you handsome rewards in terms of recognition, in terms of profiles that you would want to take up. So this is the career path for an RM in Axis Bank. You would see that you would join in into this profile at a deputy manager or a manager level, and then you grow in the organization: senior manager, AVP, DVP, vice president, senior vice president, and so on. So today, as long as it's a organization that recognizes merit, that recognizes performance. So all those who have done fantastically well in the organization are people who have persevered, people who have had the drive, who have had taken up those challenges and given it their all. And that is what the organization recognizes and rewards as well. So today, when we talked about the profile of a relationship manager, your journey in the organization, you've already heard Pawan speak. I would want you to take a few more notes in terms of the inspiring journeys of people who are associated with Axis Bank for some time now, and how their career journeys have transpired over time, right? So this is one such story that we would want to share with you. And these are live examples. I'm sure all of you all come in from different parts of the country, and maybe you would have heard of them in your association. So this is a success story of KV Madhusudan Rao, who's currently the Senior Vice President of Circle and Circle Head in Chennai. If you look at the Sir's journey, right, he started his journey in 2000 as an operations head, and then subsequently when the priority banking role came up, he moved as a relationship manager. If you go through the journey, you would see that the relationship manager profile initially was challenging, and it still is. Each person has its own journey, and today when we talk about Mr. Rao's journey, you'll find that he connected with every top customer, migrated them into priority account, and that's what we do even now, generating leads through the NTB business. Today, when he learned that relationship management, it has helped him handle the customers, handle them well when he became and got promoted to branch head. The RM role being a very critical role, they are the single point contact for everything for the premium customers. It helps in optimizing interactions with customers. If we take this role seriously and work with passion, it teaches us how to handle customers and their grievances. It aids in developing and maintaining strong customer relationships, which is required for book growth. So today, this is a journey of someone who has started his career in 2000, and in a span of 20-22 years has become a senior vice president, started in a different profile, an operations head profile, moved to relationship banking, and then grown within that profile, had interactions with customers, met the same challenges as you and I will face in the profile. We have another such success story of Sri Devi Raghu. She's the vice president and branch head of Hyderabad main branch. Now look at her journey, such a diverse journey. Joined the bank in 2004 and was one of the first PBRMs to manage that profile. Started as a PBRM, worked very hard in her profile to meet customers, onboard customers into the priority banking role. Had also a tough time, because look at, see, she would journey as far as 20 kilometers on her bike to get customers upgraded to priority. So it is challenging, it is hard work, but the results are also there for everyone to see. From 2004 becoming a senior PBRM in 2007, an operations head in 2010. In 2012, she was already a branch head, and today she is a vice president and handling one of the largest branches in the country, which is a strategic branch, Hyderabad main branch. So you can imagine the journeys and why people have stuck on. Right, so it's not for lack of opportunities, but it's just that the loyalty has been reciprocated by the bank. by giving them those kind of designations, having those fast track career growths. You can see in terms of engagement with customers, done everything that you and I do, be it in terms of sourcing business for the HNI customers, sourcing business of HNI customers, or working at times, beyond the regular working hours. For example, organizing activities at 5 a.m. In the morning for customers, weekends, spending time on weekends, building the business of the bank. And that comes. So it goes hand in hand. Like we say, dedication and hard work always gets rewarded. It's just a matter of time. You just need to push on and persevere. Let's also have a few more stories for us to relate to. This is from Mumbai, Ajinkya Borkar. Again, a very, very successful relationship manager. Started in July 2014 as a priority relationship manager with Thane Strategic Bank branch, and then got promoted to a senior relationship manager. Please understand, doing your job well in an independent role is different than a team handling role, and each of these people now are handling bigger teams and very successfully handling those teams as well. And that is the future for each one of us. When we grow in the organization, when we become leaders, when we become responsible for the teams, and that comes with added responsibilities on our shoulders. And like Abhishek was talking about, what is the aspiration? What is it that each one of you aspire for? We need to have those dreams. But the path ahead, like I said, it is not easy. And all of these people have put in that kind of hard work, have put in their sweat and blood for these kind of results to achieve the position that they are here today. So today, when we talk about Ajinkya, he is very proudly saying that, year on year, he has been promoted twice. His teams have always managed to earn incentives a cycle, every cycle. And that itself, each one of us as RMs know how difficult it is, how challenging it can be at time to meet those incentives. But at the same time, Axis Bank gives you that opportunity. And for those who try hard, work at it, it's only a matter of time where results start flowing in. So this is what it is. Ajinkya saying that, Axis Bank is a wonderful place to work. It's fun to come to work. I'm proud to be associated with brand Axis. And that is something, a sentiment that you will see reflecting against each of these people who have spent some sizable years in Axis Bank. Something that they are proud of. They take pride in being associated with brand Axis. And that's the sentiment that we would want you to carry when you meet your customers face to face. The pride in belonging to one of the largest banks, private sector banks in the country, right? We have another story from Srimoy Mukherjee, who is the BRH Calcutta, associated with Axis Bank for 9 years, joined as a CSO, and now over time has become a BRH. She has grown as a person professionally, personally, and has been, again, in a team handling role. A BRH handling a team of 9 relationship managers. Today, when we talk about customer connects, be it Sridevi's story, be it Srimoy's story, you will find that these are customers that they have, formed for life, associations for life. Even when you hear your leaders speak, they will share that sentiment that people, their customers, they are, the customers that they used to connect with when they were in their relationship manager profiles, they still reach out. And these are customers who have grown with the bank, grown with the RM. Today, Sridevi mentions in her story, a lot of her earlier erstwhile customers have become Burgundy customers, private banking customers. And those are, how time flies and how things change for the better for each one of us. So would want you to learn from these inspiring stories and understand that there is a place for each one of us in this organization. But performance is the key, merit is the key, and rewards and recognitions and all those accolades that you're hoping for will come your way if we put in the right set of efforts, and if we are dedicated and focused in what is it that we are expected to do. All right. So that was a little bit in terms of the success stories that we wanted to show. Again, live examples, and look around you in your respective branches and you'll find many, many more such success stories around you. All right. Some hands again raised, Shipra, Madhur, Mohammad Usmani. Are these from your earlier ones, or do we have any questions? Let me take that as well. Madhur, Shipra, and Mohammad Usmani.
So ma'am, hi. So that's a question, but obviously, ma'am, like these kind of stories are inspiring us to go ahead with the same. If we have like a very good opportunity to work with this kind of good bank like Access, of course, like ma'am, it is.
All right. I didn't hear much. There was a little bit of disturbance, but I think I was happy with Axis Bank, if that is what I understood. Let me hear from Mohammad Usmani. Do you have something to share?
No, ma'am.
All right. So let's be mindful of when we raise our hands, and when after our question, we also be mindful of lowering our hands. All right. So that was a little bit in terms of the career progression. Like I said, you're in the right organization and there will be a lot of opportunities coming your way, but these opportunities are for deserving people. And like I said, success does not come easy. Hard work is a part of the profile. Now, we are close to 4:30. And this is the time when we would be talking about our KRAs and scorecards, which is the next part of the session. So Rintu, if you're around. I think this is the time we would want to break and go back to the respective sessions so that we can go through the modules on KRA and incentives. KRAs and scorecards, sorry. Yeah, so let me take a pause here. Friends, all of you all have been given the links of your respective, Rintu, has the link been shared in the WhatsApp group?
Right now, we'll be joining on the respective batches.
Yeah. So friends, let's disconnect from this merge session and go on to our respective links to understand KRAs and scorecard better. All right. So thank you for being a part of this merge session. Now we'll be taking a pause and make sure you join the other link on time so that, we can continue with the discussions and have a more engaging.
Yeah, if I can just add some few points over here. Friends,
yes, sure.
This link which has been shared with you, please save it. Going forward, all merge sessions will be held in this link. That means tomorrow's session, which will be held at 3:30, and will be Abhishek would be holding that session. Please ensure that this link is the same link where all of us 120 or 110 odd people would be coming together. And so save it in your favorites. There's another link that has been shared. Depending upon the batch that you are in. Please join those links when there are individual sessions that have to be taken. Yeah, so that's how the whole thing is going to move for the next 11 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. Yes, friends. So requesting you to exit from this link and join the link that has been shared as your batch link.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll see you in your respective sessions.
Hello. Hello. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
இது